And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to Coin Place Tarot. My name is Coin. I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open, so either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? Cap. What are we looking at today? This is going to be your ATC read. We are ending ATC, meaning as things change. I'll get into that in a second. We are ending at the time of recording. This is the end of May going into June. So now moving into a new energy or type, we're looking at the fives. That's what I like to call this read. Experimental, but we will do it. As things change, we look at the fives, and in the tarot card deck, fives are cards of conflict, at least amongst the minor arcana, right? They tell it like it is, they establish there's a problem, but also what's the solution to it, represented by each element: water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively. How do we feel about it? What's the material circumstance we're in right now? Where's all the conflict coming from? What's our inner monologue? What's that trying to address, right? All those pieces put together, meant to dive right in and then ask, what's a better solution or a better outcome? So as a preamble to the recap, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I've got 12 signs to work with, none of the time to waste. Instead, we will lay our cards out on the table, and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we'll talk about it. Because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, right? So follow along with me in your read today, Cap. Your ATC As Things Change read, and yeah, let's see what the cards say. We're going to start over here. It's going to be your Five of Cups. Show us cards that we need to see, please, for Capricorn in this read. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Capricorn's ATC read? On that Five of Cups, what are we looking at? Ooh, there's a break right there. Okay, I'll take it as a 1-to-1. Show us cards we need to see, please. What about emotional lamentation? Must we know for Capricorn? Okay. Four of Pentacles, okay. Something we've been trying to invest into, or at least find better purpose with, and holding on to it. Seven of Wands. What are we guarded with? I'm trying to understand. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so a shifting worldview. Got it. Materially, it's being proven that a way of sustaining, or something we once invested ourselves into, Capricorn, that we're really kind of being bullheaded about, of not insisting on any movement. We're just going to keep it as it is, and that's just how it is. And part of us internally knows that this plan did not play out the way we originally thought it would, right? And I think there's a level of sadness to it too, not because you're trying to intentionally be hard-headed. If there's anybody that knows how to be a pragmatist, ever the pragmatist, and change is your sign, Capricorn, but rather the understanding of, I just wanted more from this, right? So I don't think it's necessarily, a pure pain to be in a position you're now establishing as wrong, but to accept it fully, that not only did not play out the ways that we thought it would, but rather the more I invest, the more it becomes a a time sinking fallacy. I forgot the entire terminology for it, but the sunken cost fallacy. There we go. Where the more time that we put it in, that serves as this pseudo justification for why we need to stay in it, right? The more effort that I put into this, no, that's the reason. That has to be the reason. And if I eliminate that time factor, or I eliminate the other factors, and I still try to weigh it on the scales, it doesn't equate, right? So yeah, emotionally, we're still we're coming to the conclusion that a former investment probably wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. Now to the Five of Pentacles. Show us cards we need to see, please, upon that Five of Pentacles in this read. How does it work? And what do we do with it? What are the cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Pentacles? What do you feel left behind from? Or at least the notion of impoverishment around. Six of Swords. Okay, I have to move forward. I have to move on. Why? King of Swords. This is the right thing to do. Regardless of my circumstance, I know the best thing. Heart of Hearts is telling me I got to move on. Why so? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it would be interesting if this all wasn't underneath the Five of Pentacles, right? The Five of Pentacles, from a base level, because that is your home element of Earth, Capricorn, states that, yeah, materially, this is the haves and have-nots, right? The things I felt that I've been left out from, the things that, you know, I felt I wish they could have gone better or materially played out different, but it's just not that. The Five of Pentacles is almost always represented by an adult and a child being locked out of sanctuary or refuge during the middle of a storm. It's supposed to represent we're just on the cusp of safety, of prosperity, but right now it's just, we just can't reach it. There's some impediment in our way. And what you're coming to realize is with that Wheel of Fortune that everything will eventually go right in the end. Because again, the only thing that is constant in the universe is change. Kind of oxymoronic, but true. Your faith in the fact that, yeah, I waited long enough on this and it sucks that it's gotten to this point, but part of me knows that this was always a possibility on the table, right? I kept on defending something I know at this point, at least in hindsight, yeah, this is indefensible. I'm not going to waste my time on this. And then now moving forward or being intentional with it, how do we actively and affirmatively put our stamp on it? This was wrong. This is wrong for me. And it took a while to realize it, but I got to move on. That's a conversation for you to have, Cap. Next to the Five of Wands. Why is all this conflict happening? Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Capricorn in this read. What does the essence of conflict teach us in this moment? What are cards we need to see, please, for Capricorn in this read? Queen of Swords. Interesting that it's having the same effective point as the King of Swords, which you drew underneath the Five of Pentacles, i.e. I need to take quick, decisive, and victorious action, or, you know, cut the cord, whatever that means for you in this moment, Cap. But the Queen of Swords, oh no, this is crystal clear now where we stand. Two of Cups. A bonding pattern between you and another, and Seven of Cups, all the possibility. Here are the haves and have-nots. With who and where we are together, yeah, I think that for you and whoever you're identifying as your intimate other in this read, Capricorn, there's the we could have done better, we could have had better, we could have worked at this, versus here's where we are though, right? And I know it sounds like a cruel conversation, but it's even more cruel to suspend this or keep this afloat without having the real conversations that are necessary to actually evolve it. Right now, all the conflicts that's being presented between you and this person that you're involved with, you see all the problems. In fact, they're clear as day. And you all see all the potential. Two things can be true at once. But the reality is, it's not going to evolve unless we start to address any of the things that's been going on. Last, Five of Swords. The things that are going on in our internal monologue. Show us cards we need to see, please, to find that Five of Swords for Capricorn in the read. What are the cards we need to see, please? Five of Swords in this read today. Five of Pentacles, the fear of being left behind. Yeah. I know you don't want to because, again, they seem like a very good pairing for you, Cap, but is it something to be built off of? Ten of Swords, that this might actually, in fact, be over. You've seen enough signs. If we're this afraid, let me reframe this for you, Capricorn, because I don't want you to just get the impression I'm trying to come at you or attack you. That's not the purpose of this. If you are so afraid to bring up even the slightest bit of conflict between you and this person, then that means that it's built off of the tension of keeping that problem intact, right? If they had all this potential or there was something more to be garnered or gained from this connection for you, Capricorn, then you should be able to bring out conflict in a healthy and productive way. And for you right now, I'm not seeing that. All of the things that you feel internally point you towards an ending. And you're so afraid, you're just too afraid to bring up any conflict with this person that also tells you what you need to know. If you don't feel safe to engage in conflict in a healthy or productive manner with a partner or somebody you claim to be close to you, then maybe a relationship isn't originally what you claimed it was. Three of Pentacles, a friendship or a workable dynamic. Yeah. Your anxiety about doing this right now should tell you exactly where you stand, not trying to seek external justification underneath it all. Four of Cups, I'm just so disappointed and becoming numb and apathetic towards what this could have been. I'm not feeling like myself right now. I can tell that for you, Cap. Next, let's have a card underneath all the base fives in this read. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for an ATC for Capricorn. A card underneath every five. Star. Again, you wanted so much more from this dynamic, Capricorn. I could tell it. However, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I'm not just trying to be dramatic right now. Okay, then it passed. All the hope that we put into why can't this just be better? Why can't we just get it right? If we've done this much work around it, then what are we fighting for? Because we would be able to bring this up if we truly felt safe in it. Right now, Capricorn, truth of the matter, heart of the matter, I'm not getting the impression that you feel safe in whatever dynamic this is. Sorry, I'm distracted by a fly. Hopefully it doesn't come on screen. So busy. Next, Page of Swords. Observation. What we're trying to learn, or at least what we're trying to come to accept, is that, yeah, it might be best that we leave. Whatever this dynamic is for us, between us, etc., I'm trying to learn from it. It's hard for me to accept because, again, I have so much high hopes for this, but it doesn't change where we stand. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but it is very much there. Next, underneath the Five of Wands, Seven of Swords, right? And that's why I was saying, between you and all the possibility with this person, what are we doing it for? Because we can't seem to bring up a base level conflict that's been happening or going on, but simultaneously we want so much more. Is it truly that we want that person to experience it with, or we just want to have this experience and have that person try to fill that role? Those are two different angles, Capricorn. And last, the Five of Swords underneath that, King of Wands. Because we know if it was better, we could do better. And right now, the evidence is not adding up. Where's the proof and where's the evidence? Underneath it all, Nine of Pentacles. The autonomy of the self, the choices that we make, where we're going towards and expanding outward with. Next, as we move towards resolution, first, please define the major arcana across the table. We will start with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. What took so long to get to, but undeniable in its process. So let's card we will see, please. Define the Wheel of Fortune first as we push forward. Two of Wands, intentionality. Because, yeah, part of us knew exactly the direction that this dynamic was heading in. But part of us also knew it would never change unless we put our foot down. The Two of Wands here is saying, yeah, we could be the most observant and point out the obvious kind of person ever, but unless we act, nothing else is going to act with us. Next to the Star, card of Aquarius, Five of Wands. Our hope that we could get past this conflict, that it could all work itself out, and that's probably why we're having this standoffish attitude with this person, Capricorn, because it doesn't seem like you're fighting for a relationship for the sake of having it, rather than actually enjoying life and exploring that with this person. Calling spade a spade here. In resolution, death, card of Scorpio. And so our conclusion, at the end of the day is going to end, and by the time we get there, we both A, need to transform, and B, need to accept that some things have run their life cycle. Temperance, card Sagittarius. The healing that is necessary for me to do, who am I left to be when I actually accept the process as it should be, not just trying to force what currently is, no matter how shaky it remains right now. Underneath it all, Page of Cups. Even if it didn't turn out in the ways I wanted to, even if we are on the path to separation and I'm totally numb in the realization of it, it's not animosity. It's just, I wish I could have been better. That we could have been better for each other, that it could have been better for us, etc., etc. But we're here now. And now what do we do with that? So as a recap of your read, Capricorn, you're coming to took a very long time, but you're coming to the acceptance that me and another person, this relationship dynamic we got between us, it just ain't cutting it. And while I do hope for more or what we could have been, the fact that I feel like I can bring none of this up with you or that it gets dismissed, the question is, have I lied to you or lied to myself about where this is going? We wanted it to be better, but if we can't make it better, then it doesn't mean it has to be animosity. It just means we have to accept when something expired. And maybe that expiration date has us written all over it. That's what I got to read today, Capricorn. I hope the conversation helped. And yeah, while it may be difficult, I want you to dig a little bit deeper and ask, if this is the conflict that we're having right now, then why is it so hard to say? And have that be your starting point. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.